Hey, Methodist Dave here. This is Batsto Village, and this is the hog house. See, the floor is made of logs, but I want to draw your attention right here to this old kettle. Set in stone here. Big old cast iron kettle with a lid on top. Every year you'd raise pigs, get them as fat as you could. They'd turn them loose in the woods and they would root around and they would forage for themselves, fattening themselves up. And in the fall, you would come and you would slaughter them. And then you would take some of the meat and maybe you would cure it, make sausages, but you wanted a lot of fat on the pig. Then you would take that fat and you would put it into this kettle. And this is called a rendering pot. And there'd be a fire underneath here. There's a chimney right behind. You can't see it because of the lid here. But down here at the bottom, can't see it too well, but there would be a hole there that you would get a fire going, and you would put the fat into this lard, you might call it, and they would cook it down and skim out any of the impurities, and that rendered fat, that liquid, would be canned either for using as lard, what we might use Crisco, you might be familiar with, and some of that fat would be mixed with lye, and you made soap out of animal fat. A lot of times it was pig. Pigs had a lot, but if any of your other cattle would had fat, you would use that right here and cook it down and make soap out of it. And the lye would come from, you would take burnt wood ash and you would put it in a container and let water weep through the wood ash, and the water that came out the bottom soaked through the wood ash would be lye. Very caustic, but good for making soap. And you mix that with your fat and you'd have lye soap. And depending on how well you did, it'd either clean you up or it would burn your hands if it were too strong. Got another little rendering pot right here for smaller batches. So think about that. You see right here. That's a pig trough, a wooden pig trough. And they would be feeding them while you're keeping them in here. Fatten them up for the winter. I will see you in the next video, guys. Take care.